everyone, this is John Check the Brobuscus, and welcome back to another Let's Watch of Death Battle. Today's episode is Natsu versus Ace. Okay, my thoughts on this matchup has been discussed on the podcast. I am just kind of mixed about it. Like, I don't really care for this matchup as a whole. I like Natsu. I'm kind of okay with Ace. Because we just, whatever. I hope Natsu wins. Yeah, I want Natsu to win, and he probably will 100% win. So, yeah, that's pretty much that. Let's just get started. There we go.
In
Just to sync it up.
times, the Greeks believed everything to be made of 4 elements: earth, air, water, and the most difficult,
I love the avatar thing.
fire.
But these two combatants have mastered the art of playing with fire. Natsu Dragneel, the Dragon Slayer mage of the fairy tale.
Who I hope wins.
And Portgas D.
Whoa, that's a
the
really
feared
cool
by
render
many
face.
As Fire Fist.
He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a death battle. In his infancy, Natsu Dragneel was a pretty normal child living in a pretty normal village.
And then a
Like
bunch of
Urza.
dragons toasted the town and killed everybody, including him. The end.
Almost. Fortunately, Natsu's older brother Zareth survived. Horrified by the violent fate of his family, Zareth desperately sought a way to revive Natsu. Eventually, he discovered the connections between life, death, and magic, and became obsessed.
And so he became the most evil and powerful mage ever. Cursed to live forever.
Why do evil
Ruin
people
everyone's
always have to have
lives.
the most power?
But everything worked out, I guess, because he brought Natsu back. Just one catch. Natsu had to be revived as a demon, though this gave him the potential to become even more powerful than Zareth.
Unfortunately, Zareth had become incredibly dangerous to be around. Fearing for his brother's safety, he left Natsu in the care of his friend Igneel, who just so happened to be the Fire Dragon King.
Of course.
Natsu got adopted by a freaking dragon. Kinda weird since the dragon killed him in the first place and his family, but whatever. Dragon Dad ended up teaching little Natsu Dragon Slayer magic.
That's motion
a school
sickness.
of mystical martial
It's
arts
motion
developed
sick easily, yes he
specifically to
does.
kill dragons. Wait, man, it's really back and forth with these dragons, isn't it?
Regardless, Igneel eagerly accepted his role as adoptive father. He taught Natsu how to read, write, and fight. But then when Natsu came of age, Igneel suddenly sent him through a time machine and poof! Before he knew it, Natsu was trapped 400 years in the future and abandoned by the only father figure he ever really knew.
Oh.
I know that feel, little buddy. I know that feel.
Of course, it was all part of Igneel's
Not
plan
gonna
to save
question?
the world, but at the time Natsu didn't know that. Fortunately, it wasn't long before he found a new home and family among the mercenaries of the Fairy Tale Guild.
Yeah, turns out being a demon trained by a goddamn dragon made Natsu pretty effective as a bounty hunter.
Natsu possesses superhuman speed, impressive strength, and unbelievable durability. He has superior senses, such as sight and smell, along with a mastery of hand-to-hand combat skills.
Mix all that up with his fire dragon slayer magic, and you got one fiery cocktail that'll knock just about anybody on their ass.
As the name suggests, Fire Dragon Slayer magic revolves around conjuring and manipulating fire.
Of course.
A prime example would be Natsu's signature move, the Fire Dragon's Roar.
Where he literally shoots fire from his mouth.
Or he can engulf his hand in flames for the devastating Fire Dragon's Iron Fist.
You know, we're gonna be saying fire a lot this episode.
Yeah.
Yep. Natsu has well over 24 different ways to incorporate fire into his martial arts, but his real strength comes from a move nobody ever really expects.
Yeah.
He eats
Eat
fire.
Fire.
Like all mages in the fairy tale world, Natsu has a limited pool of magic, but consuming fire actually replenishes it. Not only that, he can consume a few different types of elemental magic as well, including lightning.
Talk about a shocking appetite.
And there's the
Anime,
terrible
eating
pun.
lightning gives Natsu access to an all-new form, Lightning Fire Dragon. With this, Natsu's abilities are enhanced with electricity, giving him a brand new element of power.
To increase his fire abilities, Natsu can enter Dragon Force. This greatly increases his Dragon Slayer magic and physical prowess, bringing Natsu closer to the strength of a full-grown dragon.
He's even starting to look like a dragon now. You think that's like an awful traumatic reminder when he looks at himself?
But when his Dragon Slayer abilities aren't enough, Natsu enters his strongest mode yet, Fire Dragon King mode. In this form, Natsu has access to techniques only the most powerful of dragons could wield, such as the Demolition Fist and the Fire Dragon King's Roar.
At his strongest, he could wipe out exactly 973 soldiers all at once.
So specific.
And create massive explosions so big they could wipe out a whole town.
Natsu's raw power is extraordinary, both magically and physically. He's strong enough to lift an enormous stone slab several times larger than himself. Comparing this stone to Natsu's height and compensating for the density of the stone, it's likely this block weighs about 135 tons.
Talk about never skipping arm day. He's also fast. He's fought in multiple battles where he's moved faster than the eye can see, putting him well over 9,000 miles per hour.
And when fighting opponents even faster than him, Natsu has used his keen observational skills and indomitable willpower to predict their moves and defeat them. He's pretty clever in battle, which is surprising given how headstrong and stubborn he can be.
Like any real fighter, Natsu prioritizes offense over defense, running in guns or arms blazing.
Except this impulsive approach to fighting often leaves massive amounts of collateral damage in his wake. Remember how we mentioned his firepower could wipe out a whole town? Well, sometimes that's not completely intentional. In fact, this hasty attitude may be his greatest weakness.
Nah, his greatest weakness is how easily he gets motion sick. Put him on a moving car or boat and he'll be hurling in a matter of seconds. That flying cat following him around should start carrying vomit bags.
Yeah, that's one of the stranger downsides of Dragon Slayer magic. Natsu's dragon-like senses can overload his canals, creating a feeling similar to vertigo. But more importantly, Natsu has a bad habit of burning through his available magic rather quickly.
Yeah, but who cares? He can just chow down on some tasty flames or lightning to replenish his magic.
Just one problem. Consuming any fire or lightning that Natsu has created himself will not replenish his reserves.
Huh. Oh well, Natsu's still a badass. He really is the Fairy Tale Guild's trump card for whenever things go south. And he continues to fulfill his old dragon dad's wish of making the world a safer place by setting it on fire.
I think it's time we stop playing around. Let's get down to the real fight. I'm gonna shatter you into a million pieces.
Sure.
Well,
I love the transition.
Power. Gold D.
And again, I guess it
King of
wasn't
Pirates
the Ace
contained this
preview.
and everything else the world had to offer.
And then he was brutally executed, leaving everyone to run off searching for the king's long-lost treasure, the One Piece.
However,
And
unknown to
there's the
most,
title.
Roger left behind an heir, albeit unborn. Terrified the Marines would execute Roger's son as well, the child's mother held her pregnancy for a total of 20 months. 20 months!
Holy mother of hell! How does that even happen?
Sheer inconceivable willpower. Though she died in childbirth, her
Of
last
course
act
she
was
did.
to give her newborn son his name, Portgas D. Ace.
Soon after, Ace was adopted by an old acquaintance of his father, Monkey D. Garp, and raised alongside Monkey D. Luffy and his childhood friend Sabo.
Over time, Ace, Luffy, and Sabo grew very close, considering themselves brothers and together forging a lifelong pact. They would forever live life as free as possible.
And for Ace, that meant following in his father's footsteps. It was the pirate's life for him.
Ace was a natural on the sea, thanks to his incredible strength and combat aptitude. He quickly learned his way around the ocean, becoming the captain of his own ship in just a year's time, and eventually joining the ranks of the deadliest pirates around. He even claimed one of the world's most sought-after treasures, a devil fruit.
In the One Piece world, if you eat yourself a devil fruit, you get yourself a superpower. In Ace's case, he ate the Flame fruit, which, guess what? Granted him the power to create and control fire. But with new power comes a buttload of badass new ways to kill people. Get this guy's gun hands are actually handguns.
I mean, I guess that's accurate. That would be Ace's fire gun ability, and it's just one of many attacks that Flame Fruit's power provides.
Man, I love my gun.
They kept those.
Now I think I really need me some gun hands to go along with it.
Boomstick, sometimes I really wonder about where you came from.
The front door, like every day. Come on, Wiz, pay attention.
Anyway, these fire
That joke
abilities
was
are what
terrible.
earned him the nickname Fire Fist Ace.
Because he can turn his punches into blazing balls of red-hot fire. Forget gun hands. Give me some of that.
Manipulating fire comes easy to Ace. He can conjure up enormous pillars of flame so intensely heated they can incinerate enemy projectiles, acting as a sort of fire shield.
He's also got some really weird names for his attacks, like Firefly, Fiery Doll, and St. Elmo's Fire. Man, when did Elmo become a saint?
No. Actually, that's referencing weather phenomena where plasma appears to discharge atop a pointed object. Ace's version is not like that at all. Instead, he conjures up two
course it's
javelins
not.
made of pure fire and hurtles them through enemies, burning them inside and out.
Ow.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with his version.
Firefly and Fiery Doll is a combination attack, where he creates several small balls of green plasma which surround a foe before detonating in a massive series of explosions.
So that's what that
He
is.
does have one attack with a really cool name, though.
Oh, what's
Oh,
that?
hey, it's Sanji.
Crossfire, you'll get caught up in the crossfire, crossfire!
Of course. However,
don't get
Ace's
it.
most powerful attack is undoubtedly his great flame commandment, Flame Emperor.
Which is a pretty big name for what is essentially a fiery spirit bomb. But good God, if you see that thing coming your way, don't even bother trying to run. You dead.
There's even more. See, the devil fruit Ace discovered was of a rare breed, a Logia fruit. Because of this, Ace also gained the ability to transform his entire body into fire.
When he's in flame-on mode, physical attacks pass right through him like he isn't even there. And if his fire body is somehow messed up, like someone dropping a giant candle snuffer on him, his true human body would be totally unaffected.
Huh.
Actually, since
I
receiving
knew
this
this.
power, Ace has only been badly hurt by other Logia users wielding an element with an inherent advantage over fire, such as magma or water.
Man, it's like he's invincible.
In a way, but it's not an automatic defense. Ace must make the conscious decision to transform his body.
But thanks to his blindingly quick reflexes, he's able to avoid almost any attack. He can even react quick enough to avoid a shot from a sniper.
In this instance, he was reacting to the gunman in view. Assuming this gunman was professionally trained, Ace would have needed to react in about a quarter of a second.
But who needs speed when your fire fist can blow apart 5 ships all at once?
Considering ships like these would likely be constructed of teak wood, to accomplish this, Ace would need to hit each ship with at least 15,000 pounds of force per square inch.
So getting hit by Ace would be like getting hit with a wrecking ball. And when he throws more fire into the mix, he can wipe out an entire town.
Ace's last extraordinary quality actually has little to do with fire at all. If there's anything he inherited from his mother, it's his insane willpower and endurance.
He once fought a karate fishman for 5 straight days. Man, with that
Without
endurance,
tiring
he's gonna
out.
make some lucky lad or lady real happy someday. Or, I guess he would have if he didn't. Oh, hey, heads up. Huge spoiler warning in 3, 2, 1. Yeah, he's dead. Like, totally dead.
Like many Logia users, Ace grew cocky in his ability to avoid being hit. In fact, he practically forgot what pain even felt like. And so, despite all of Ace's fantastic feats, his most impressive was when, for once, he chose to take a hit, sacrificing himself to save his brother, Luffy.
Damn. Would you do that for me, Wiz?
Oh, sure, of course.
You're a goddamn liar.
I can't allow that. I'll take care of this on my own!
The way that was recorded just didn't sound right.
All right, the combatants are
Hello.
set. Let's end this debate once and for all.
But first, all this talk of chowing down on some scrub...
Whoa.
Hey, you! Thief! Come back here!
Just music.
Give that back, or you'll have to deal with me!
Nah.
That's it! I'm gonna mess you up!
Go, Natsu.
Fire!
Fire Dragon Sword Horde! Wait, are you seriously made of fire?
Gunflare!
Time to turn up the heat! Fire Dragon King's Roar!
Wait, he's going to the Dragon Force already?
Fire Dragon King's Demolition Fist!
Fire Fist! Not bad, hotshot. But you can't even touch me. Fire Blast! Fiery doll.
Oh. Oh, thank goodness.
Wait, are you seriously eating fire?
Yes, he is. Thank goodness. I thought he was dead. Oh!
Like I said, you can't touch me.
I'm not trying to. Lightning Dragon Fire Mode! Lightning Fire Dragon Roar!
Oh my gosh.
Phew. All's well that ends well.
KO!
Ew! That's a burn if I ever saw one.
This battle was anything but clear-cut. Natsu held the advantage in speed and strength, and Ace trumped him in endurance and defense. Still, neither held an advantage so much that the other couldn't keep up.
Both were mostly immune to each other's fire attacks. Because fire is Ace's only real weapon, this means he really didn't have anything that could kill Natsu. Natsu was definitely strong enough to put Ace down, but with Ace's intangible fire form, Natsu couldn't even touch him. So, sounds like a stalemate.
Very nearly. Luckily for Natsu, he had an ace in the hole.
Hey, there's one.
Oh, thanks. Natsu has had far more combat training than Ace, and is known for using his superior senses to study his opponents and take advantage of their vulnerabilities.
My curses can change anyone stupid enough to touch me into a living bomb. No matter what I try, this human just consumes my curses. He might even be stronger than he was when this fight started.
When Ace realized Natsu could eat fire, he had to become more liberal with his true physical form to avoid being consumed. And this was what Natsu was counting on.
Being faster than the eye can track, Natsu was more than quick enough to get a good hit in up close.
A perfect opportunity to use a fast, deadly elemental weapon Ace's body wasn't immune to. Lightning.
It's not like Natsu was gonna run out of magic or anything. I mean, there's freaking fire everywhere.
As his speed, strength, martial arts, and versatility surpassed Ace, all Natsu needed was one good shot, and he made it happen.
In the end, Natsu was too hot for Ace to handle.
The winner is Natsu
That
Dragneel.
was incredibly brutal. But yes, Natsu won!
I'm Ben on Play Wiz, and stick around, we're about to announce who fights next time. And if you want to watch exclusive commentary on this episode, click that little box, sign up for a first membership trial. It's a great way to support the show.
Sub-Zero? Yeah. Alright. Okay. Okay. Can I try to calm myself down here? I'm gonna calm myself down. Okay. Now, you may be thinking after all of that I would consider this probably my favorite 2D episode, at the very least this season. Well, I would, but that doesn't necessarily mean I really, 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 really liked it. I'll go into more detail when we record the podcast, which will probably be like Monday or whatever. I don't know. We'll work something out. Okay. All right. I need to think. Okay, but I'll go into more detail on the podcast, but I'll kind of summarize what I'm going to say on there right now and right here. Okay, the animation was really freaking good. There was a lot of stuff happening, and it was a little short, I thought. I guess that's a problem with every episode this season. Is that they're a little shorter than they should be, in my opinion. Except for maybe Venom versus Bane. but that is just my opinion. But with this one, like, it was really short. I liked the voice actors. They were kind of cool. They weren't really what I was expecting. And I don't mean that as a praise. The guy who voiced Ace was really good. The guy who voiced Natsu was a little... Like, he had the Venom syndrome, essentially. Like, he was good, but he didn't sound like I was hoping. But he was good enough. I'll say that. Todd Heberkorn has a very, very distinct voice. So, especially when voicing Natsu. So, the guy voicing Natsu is not exactly the easiest task. I would definitely find myself, if I was a voice actor, I'm not, but if I was, I would definitely find myself better imitating Ace than Natsu. But it was good. Like, it was okay. I agree with the outcome. I agree with the reasoning. I agree with the results. However, and the animation was really good. The voice actors were good. They weren't great, but they were good. But it's everything before that was the issue. And it's even more of an issue when you consider the fact that this fight was really freaking short. My only issue with Jets' animations is that I feel he needs to kind of lengthen them a little bit. Like, he doesn't need to make them, like, 10 minutes long or anything like that, no. This one felt like it was, like, 2 minutes. Like, it felt like it was about as long as Scrooge versus Shovel Knight. I know I keep making comparisons to that, but that's just kind of the basis of the season, meaning it's low tier. On that note, like I said, despite my many problems with it, I still consider it my favorite 2D episode. Definitely not my favorite episode. That's still Megazord vs. Voltron. That's not going to change for a good long while. Yeah, so, like, it was good. Like, I can't say it was, like, really, really great. Like, it wasn't, like, fantastic or anything, but it was good. It was enjoyable. I'll say that much. It was enjoyable, if I'm gonna say anything. Yeah. Yeah, okay. Sorry, I got distracted. Okay. So, yeah, like, it was reasonable. I am totally on board with Natsu winning. And I get another win this season. Yes! Finally! Okay, this still means, like, I have more losses than wins. That probably won't change with the next one, but we'll get to that later. So, you know, the analysis was the pre-fight analysis was fine. Like, this essentially was, if I had to say how this is essentially Venom versus Bane with a better, shorter animation. That's literally the best that's literally what I can say. Like, pretty much take every single issue in praise people had with Venom vs. Bane, it kind of transfers over to Natsu vs. Ace, although it had a better animation, but the animation was shorter than Venom Bane. So, aside from that, I really don't see much of a... Now, I think the animation kind of holds it over Venom vs. Bane, in my opinion. I don't know, like, my biggest concern right now, like, when I eventually do a top whatever season 4 list, that will probably be a separate video and not combined with David and Josh. As of right now, my biggest issue will be trying to find out which which is better between Natsu versus Ace and Lara Croft versus Nathan Drake. This is nowhere near as good as Megazord versus Voltron, and I thought it was better than Venom versus Bane in my opinion. You can disagree with me, whatever, I don't care. I thought it was better than Venom versus Bane. Like, it wasn't awesome, but it wasn't bad. It wasn't even, like, meh. It was good. It was really good, but it wasn't, like, fantastic. That's really what I can say. Okay, I spent 6 minutes talking about the actual episode itself. Now we're going to spend even more time. Yeah? Okay, I'll be there in a minute. Okay, maybe not as much time. I have to go eat dinner. Okay, let me just sum it up. Okay, so next time we have Sub-Zero versus Glacius. Heck yeah! Okay, full disclosure, this has been one of my most wanted death battles for the longest time. It's probably like my top 5. And it's finally happening. I'm very happy. Okay. I will research this fight. So I don't really have, like, very much initial thoughts. But if you're asking me right now, if I, like, gun to my head, if I had to pick... Okay, if I'm going to pick a character to root for, I'm obviously going to pick Sub-Zero. Like, off the bat, I'm saying Sub-Zero. But if you're going to ask me, like, I can't, like, fully say right now, but if you were to, like, put a gun in my head or whatever and force me to pick a character to bet on, from what I've heard, I'm going to say Glacius. Just from what I've heard. When I do the research on it, I could be proven completely and totally wrong, and I hope I get proven completely and totally wrong, but that's just what I hear. Whether that's right or not, I don't know. If you think it's not, let me know in the comments below. And please, like, be civil about it. I know Mortal Kombat fanbase, the Mortal Kombat fanbase can be a little yikes, essentially. But yeah, so that's really all I have to say. So, thank you guys for watching, and I'll end this on one note. Heck yeah, it's not Sub-Zero versus Elsa. Or Ken Masters. Bye.